Hello, Namaste, and welcome to the Festival of Bharat. My name is Sharan Sethi, and I'll be your host for today. In the recent few days, we've seen Hinduphobia right up front, whether it's with Indian media or with the Western academia. And this is being normalized at a global level. In such a scenario where there is no proper data, where there is no proper quantification of what Hindus are facing worldwide, and even in India's own neighborhood, there is one person with us today who has put in a lot of time, efforts, and money into quantifying, into researching, and analyzing data on Hindu genocide in South Asia specifically. Please join me in welcoming Arti Agarwal Ji. Arti Ji is a data analyst, she's a researcher, she's the author of Covernomics, and she's the director of Ishitwa. Arti Ji, it's such an honor to have you here. Namaste.
Namaste.
How are you doing? How's everything at your end?
I'm good.
Right. Arti ji, let me begin with my first question. Now, we have a lot to discuss today. And in fact, we were discussing much more, and then we decided that, we'll save some of the parts of what Hinduphobia and Hindu genocide is happening in the 21st century for a different interview, because there's just a lot to cover. Now, on that note, let me ask you this. You have been studying Hindu genocide in a more quantified manner since the last few years. What drives you to study, because it's such a humongous task to do?
That's a very good question. So, when most people talk about the history of the Hindu genocide or even ongoing, it's somehow seen as something other than yourself, right? That you're researching this subject or this field. To me, it's my history. I think all Hindus should think that way. That the history of Hindus who were persecuted historically, it's not somebody else's history. It's my own history. It's my own ancestry which suffered. Right. Thankfully, I'm still a Hindu. But when I go through all these accounts of centuries of persecution, I'm sometimes surprised that I was still born a Hindu. It feels like such a privilege. So 4 years ago, I was looking for something like this to discover our past, especially as regards the persecution of Hindus. And I did not find anything. Like, I searched high and low, and I was specifically looking for numbers. Somebody needs to pin it down. It needs to be beyond something just a subjective discussion. Right? There needs to be certain objectivity to it, because that lends it credibility. That makes it that makes you realize how much you have been persecuted. There's a difference between 10 and 10,000, right?
Right.
All of us understand that, but somehow that figure, I couldn't find it anywhere, nor did I see anybody doing it. So, although it was a very humongous task, I decided that let's just get started. At least, we'll be able to do something, if not everything.
Right.
And I think we have been able to achieve quite a bit in 3 years' time. Of course, it's a very big task to achieve, to sort of quantify and document all of the history of Hindu persecution, but we've made a good start in the last 3 years.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. धन्यवाद. नमस्कार.